What's up everyone? This is my Note 20 Ultra. Of course, it's Exynos 990. Right now, PUBG Mobile is better optimized here than before. You can see a very detailed video and you can find a link here. In this video, I will force my device to run PUBG Mobile in 90 FPS. You will see the result. In my previous video, I forced my Galaxy S20 FE Snapdragon version to run PUBG Mobile in 90 FPS. The result was decent, right? Watch till the end to see if I recommend forcing Exynos device for 90 FPS or not. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon. This will help to grow this channel. A very exciting giveaway is coming very soon, and stay tuned. Let's start this video. PUBG Mobile supports 90 FPS officially, but it is not available on the Exynos device. To get 90 FPS, you need a device that supports high refresh, motion smoothness. FPS is very important for the gaming. For all those devices that do not have a 90 FPS option, the GFX tool application does the trick. Be careful, do not download anything which is available. Sometimes PUBG Mobile ban those gamers who use GFX tools. Just go to the regular and the oldest application, which is also for free and it is safe to use. To get 90 FPS, first disable game optimizing service. I prefer to disable the game driver also. You can copy my settings. It is best for me. Sometimes it is still not enough. Yeah, it's still not enough. You need to restart the device. And then in the developer mode, enable force 4 MSAA, disable SW overlays, GPU was on, and choose rendering API, OpenGL. I am following my settings and already a minute and a half of playing game. The FPS counter is showing around 90. Let's see what will happen. 6 minutes of playing game and it's still 90 FPS. It's around 90 FPS, let's say. After 16 minutes of playing the game, the FPS is still around 90, but the device is very warm. As you can see right now, the fluctuation of FPS. The device is very warm. You guys already know that Exynos processor is vulnerable to the heat issue. 90 FPS is very demanding, so Exynos has more job to do. Remember, Exynos 990's main CPU core is slightly underclocked than Snapdragon. Unfortunately, my FPS counter is disconnected from the game and I have to restart it. As you can see, I already played the game more than 50 minutes. The device is very warm. The device is throttling. The fluctuation you can see in the FPS counter. This is really not good for gaming. If you remember, in my 90 FPS S20 FE gameplay, when the device was very warm, the Snapdragon processor froze the game to lock around 60 FPS. Once it was cooled down, then it quickly managed to get the game around 90 FPS. Therefore, Exynos is very bad in heat management. We really need to appreciate Snapdragon for better management. Exynos is just throttling to combat the high temperature issue, so the FPS is hugely fluctuating, and this is really not good for the gaming. Let's use the cooling pad to combat this heat issue, and let's find out how this device reacts. I will use the inbuilt FPS counter for this part. Once you disable game optimizing service, you cannot use game plugins to check FPS, but in the developer mode, you can do a little trick to turn on FPS counter. For that, turn on GPU, then app to watch, select PUBG Mobile, and rendering API, open GL, and in the widget, you can select many options. Sometimes the device don't force this game to run in 90 FPS. In that case, you need to turn on watch GPU and select rendering API, open GL. With this method, the FPS counter will look like this, but you can change so many in the widget option. I recommend playing it. The game is going very smoothly. Remember that I already played 1 hour of gaming but without a cooling fan. Right now I'm with a cooling pad. Let's say more than an hour of gaming, and I'm still playing. I think this cooling pad is helping a lot. No heat, no Exynos issue, and I guess and FPS is also holding perfectly. It's been a long session of high FPS gaming. Yes, of course, the device is throttling. You can see the fluctuation in the FPS number, but it is not extreme. The cooling pad is working fine, and I guess the experience is awesome. The game is running very smooth. In the end, if you don't own any cooler pad or external cooling accessories, then I wouldn't recommend forcing Exynos to run PUBG Mobile in 90 FPS, because Exynos is bad in heat management issues. If you own one of the external cooling pads or any fan, then you can enjoy the beauty of high FPS gaming. In the Snapdragon, the CPU has better heat management. As you can see in the graph, the device tried to run the game at high FPS. When it is too high internal temperature, CPU just block high FPS gaming to control the temperature to stop throttling, and continues 60 FPS until the device is ready to run high FPS gaming. But in the Exynos, once it is a very warm, processor just keeps throttling but didn't lock it around 60 to support heat management. Too many fluctuation in FPS, it didn't hold 60 FPS, now it reaches 90 FPS. Just keep throttling to 70 to 80 FPS and the device is extremely hot. So no better experience. My suggestion, if you own the cooling pad or go for the 90 FPS gaming, it feels different. But if you don't own, better to stay around 60 FPS until better optimization. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Stay tuned. See you soon.